Konnichiwa, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Kyoto by Night, The Second Breath. This evening, in the wake of recent events, Pink Fox is reaching out to Fumitsugu Ogawa. When she does manage to get a hold of his major domo, Waru informs her that he is not at the estate. However, she will be able to find him at a private club, and she gives her the address of that downtown. Excuse me. And yeah, that is where Pink Fox will need to go.
Okay. Given, how can I put this politely? Given Ogawa's certain inclinations, what type of club would she find this to be if she did it? If she did a quick Google search?
Okay. Make a Wits Computers roll. Difficulty 8.
2 successes.
Okay. You'll have 3 because your Nushi gives you a bonus as well to the difficulty.
Yeah. Silly me.
It would be an illegal brothel.
Oh. So, Pink Fox thinks to herself, not even our Devil Tiger Mandarin is, well, actually, considering what her own experiences with him whipping that out, it's probably going to be a very interesting night. So, Pink Fox decides to go visit the place anyway for the lulz.
Okay. Yeah. So it is a rear entrance with to a building. Right. The building itself just looks like a nondescript, more like a warehouse of some such. There's a little shop in the front, but it's closed right now. However, the back alley, there are a couple of individuals who kind of seem to be loitering near a doorway.
Mm-hmm. And looking at these gentlemen, do they appear to be well-dressed, ill-dressed, or just simply dressed?
They are. They're not dressed poorly. They're not all fancy and rich, but they are. They're probably some of the nicer dressed people you would find just wandering around the back alleys.
Do they appear to be alert? Are they like chatting amongst themselves? Are they trying to pay attention?
One of them is on his smartphone. You could do a perception streetwise, difficulty 7.
Nope, nothing.
Okay. So one's on his smartphone, the other two just kind of seem to be there.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, between everything that Pink Fox already has on her sheet and what we know about Ogawa, well, I suppose I could do a wits an enigmas roll, but I think between that, well, between everything that I've got so far in common sense, I'm thinking that these guys are doormen.
Okay.
Yeah. So. What the hell? Pink Fox is probably going to trot down the, alleyway, kind of like she's actually belongs there, which, given her state of dress, she probably does. Dirty girl. And she'll probably just, she'll probably do with the, whatever the, how can I describe this, which is adequately hilarious? The whole smile and wave thing, though not literally smiling and waving, because, smiling and waving is quite expressive, and the Japanese are not quite that expressive. Would you like me to do a subterfuge roll?
So
Or appearance
how?
subterfuge?
Yeah. So how exactly are you relaying yourself? Like,
Basically, it's kind of like, oh my god, I'm so late. You know, I've just been called in. You know, kind of like it's hurried, but it's not like hurried or anything like that. She's kind of trying to hide in plain sight, which, you know, between all of her merits and everything else, you know, and the fact that she's well, appearance 5.
yeah,
You know,
you can go appearance subterfuge, and your friendly face and sanctity would both come into play.
okie dokes, and that's kind of good. 3 successes on the appearance subterfuge.
Okay. And
Unless you want those 4s to count as well.
okay, the guys kind of look at you as soon as you come around the corner. The one on his phone just kind of goes back to his phone. The other two kind of watch you as you're shimmying up to the door. None of them make a move to try to stop you.
Mm-hmm. And she'll, I'm assuming, is this like kind of a pull or push, or like one of those, I'm just trying to describe it. Does it only open from one side, is what I'm trying to say?
It would be swinging inside from where you are.
Yeah, so she'll push the door open.
Okay, there's another guy on the other side of that door, and he will look you up and down.
Another roll?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, even better.
Okay, he'll flash a grin and swat you on the backside as you go past him.
He does what on the backside?
He just kind of swats you, like slaps you on the backside as you walk past him.
Naughty man. Yeah, and Pink Fox will be like, she won't say anything. She'll just be like, but kind of like, yeah, don't do that. You don't know what I'll do back. You know, that type of look. And she'll just go straight into the place.
Okay, it is. Out
of character, that was actually faster than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Most of the venues, that fucking thing would take like 5 minutes.
But you know what? With your traits, trying to pass yourself off as being somebody that belongs there worked better. If you tried to talk yourself through or bully yourself through, it would have been much more difficult.
Oh, yes.
Sometimes the simple approach is easier.
Yes, Grant, if you're watching this.
The interior actually looks nicer than the exterior. It is dimly lit with neon lights of pink and light blue hues. There are several doorways. You can see there's a bit of a common room, but it's not very large, like a couple couches, and a stairway that's leading upstairs as well. You can see there's one gentleman and 4 young ladies in the common room right now. 2 of the young ladies are sitting on his lap and whispering in his ear. The other 2 ladies are just kind of lounging around, watching him and look at you as you walk in.
What the girls look at me?
Yeah, the 2 girls look at you as you come in. They look little curious, little suspicious, but don't say anything or respond other than just kind of looking at you.
Yeah. Obviously, this gentleman with the 2 ladies fawning over him in his lap, it's obviously not Ogawa.
No, he's dressed quite nice, but he definitely looks like he is making a decision as to how much he's going to be investing into the evening.
Investing. Yes. The temptation. Why not? Let's do a evaluate roll on this particular gentleman.
Okay.
Got nothing, unfortunately, so I don't need to think anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I got 2 successes, but 3.
Whether it's the nervousness of the situation or the distractions of all the pretty young girls in the room, you're not quite able to get a clear read on him.
Yes, they're kind of getting in the way. It's kind of, come on, stop, no. Yeah, either way, Pink Fox will probably just like, she'll try to blend in, as it were. You know, try and find somewhere to sit, stand, whatever. You know, actually look like she kind of belongs in this place, but also trying to take like a cursory glance of, you know, all entrances, exits, people, and everything like that.
Okay, make a appearance subterfuge. Will be difficulty 6 straight without any mods, because you're basically just trying to blend yourself in.
4 successes.
Okay, and then perception. I guess in this situation, it'd be perception streetwise. Difficulty 6 as well.
Okay. Would I be? No. This is kind of like, I was going to ask if I could just roll hunt to lower the difficulty for a bit.
Yeah, if you wanna try to enhance your senses.
Okay, that's 1 successes.
Okay.
And 2 successes for the appearance perception streetwise.
Okay. Okay. Looking around, you can note, like I said, the different doorways. There's the back door, stairway leading upstairs, and trying to think, where would that? You can notice that there is a sliding panel in this common room that leads to somewhere else, but it is obscured, so it wouldn't be easily noticeable. They have a plant in front of the sliding panel, and the panel itself is set up so that it blends in to the wall. But with your enhanced senses, you can see that it's definitely a secret door of some sort.
Okay. All right, so let me recap, because I was trying to focus on several things at once here. Obviously, the exit where I came in, the doorway, which this kind of like a thingy thing where, you know, you can just open up and go through, which leads to somewhere else. You know, there's a common room. You say there were stairs leading up?
Yes.
Okay. And I also noticed a panel leading to what we presume is a secret room. Did I miss anything?
Nope. That covers off what you're sensing right now, or what you're seeing right now.
Okay. With that in mind, well, now that she's actually seen it, well, now that she actually has a feel for the general environment of this place, Pink Fox is going to power down heightened senses, because, you know, something might happen. And, you know, she'll probably, like, you know, just, I mean, the other 2 girls who are unoccupied, are they just like sitting around lounging, waiting, not really paying attention to other stuff, or is it just, you know?
They are just kind of lounging around. Every now and then they're kind of giving, well, you know, I'll let you roll perception empathy, difficulty 6, because they do give you glances periodically.
2.
They're got a little bit more jealousy and a little less suspicion of you, but they are still kind of looking at you, like they're trying to figure out what you're doing there.
Yeah, Pink Fox will, well, upon recognizing this and know that they're none the wiser, you know, even though they're probably being a little bit bitchy and everything like that, she's probably just going to approach the, you know, one of these girls, just like, "Hi, I'm Fox."
Hi. Are you new here?
Yeah, I was told I'm supposed to meet a Mr. Ogawa here. Said he had kind of really distinct eyes.
He,
Is that Mr. Ogawa?
you're
That's not
here
Mr. Ogawa, is it?
for, you're here for a interview.
Mm, it's, well, I've met Ogawa maybe once before, but, why, is he not here?
You know what? Just a sec here. I believe the second room on the left upstairs should be free. If you go in there and wait, he'll come for you.
Okay. Actually, I'm going to give a bit of a perception empathy on that, because that seemed, yeah,
Okay.
2 successes.
Okay. She's she definitely is a little bit feeling a little bit snide with you, but she seems to be somewhat bemused by the idea that you're having an interview with Ogawa. So you don't detect any obvious negative connote, like you don't detect any kind of implied ambush or anything like that. And she's not playing a trick on you, sending you up to a group of 5 guys waiting for some new check to break in or anything like that. So
Yeah. All I'm saying is I'd feel sorry for those 5 guys, if that was the case. Anyway, yeah, Pink Fox will kind of like, nod, smile politely, nod, and thank you. On the curse, well, and she'll go up the stairs and onto the top of the balcony, and I think we're probably, why don't we give that evaluate roll another day in court, and then one will.
okay, evaluate on
The gentleman.
Oh.
If it's standard, that's 1 success with the willpower spent.
Okay.
If it's less standard.
Let me just evaluate. He's a local businessman, very much the kind of guy that burns all personal attachments for his job and has some very disconcerting tastes and interests in these young ladies that he is in the process of deciding to invest in both their time this evening.
Yeah, figured as much. So yeah, Pink Fox is going to go to the room that they're listed and, check to make it sure that it's not locked before opening the door, taking a look around.
It's a really, it's dimly lit. It is lit with lighting, but it's about like candlelight brightness. You can see a comfortable bed along the one side of the wall. There is a little makeshift shower in another side, and would actually also be, you can see that there's a little UV light wand on the wall not too far from the shower. And then there's like a coat rack and some shelves for placing towels and whatnot there.
UV1, do you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a little black light, handheld black light.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Pink Fox is going to, like, simply stroll into the room, probably pull up a chair that's, like, facing in the direction of the door, which is still open. Yeah, probably sit and cross one leg over the other and just wait for a bit. You know, absently, she'll, like, listen to the surrounding area.
Yes, some of the other rooms are occupied, and you do also, after you've been there for a few more minutes, you do see the gentleman and the two girls from the room downstairs walk by down the hall. And a few more minutes later, though, the same young lady that sent you up here comes to the doorway. Forgive me, miss, but I've been directed that you are to accompany me. I just need to confirm, what is your name?
Oh? The fox. Ogawa should know me.
Yes, if you can come with me, please, I will bring you. He is in a meeting right now. And she'll stand to the side a little bit to give you the opportunity to approach her before starting to lead you.
Yep, and Pink Fox actually gets up off the chair, politely puts it back to where she found it, because reasons.
Okay.
And yeah, she goes, lets the lady lead her.
Okay. She'll lead you back down in the common room. There'll be 4 young ladies there now. No guys at the moment. She will slide the panel to the side and usher you into a little passageway. She'll slide the door back behind you and then lead you a few steps to basically what looks like a dressing room, washroom. There's change of clothes on the racks, and there's a few girls there getting themselves cleaned up. She'll give a polite greeting to each of them as they walk through. They are looking at you with curiosity, but not with the level of jealousy that had initially been given you.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll get to the end of the room. There's another passageway. You can see it actually leads down to a door, but in the other direction, it leads to a set of stairs going down. And she goes, he is downstairs and says that you are allowed to come and visit him.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll step back a little bit and
Pink Fox will, like, smile politely, you know, say thank you, and then go down the little passageway.
Okay. These stairs are steep and narrow. You can see that this passageway is also not as clean and sanitary as the upstairs levels were. Getting to the bottom of the stairs is a stone-floored tunnel leading a little bit farther away. And at the end of the tunnel, you can see an iron door with a massive-looking dog or wolf or something that's a little bit mangy, crouched in front of the door.
A little bit mangy, you'd say.
Yes.
I've got my suspicion. Intelligence occult, because I do get the feeling that this might be what I think it might be.
Difficulty 7.
2 successes.
Okay. Yeah, especially if you start approaching, you can see that this canine, whether it originally was a dog or a wolf, you can't quite tell, but it is definitely a bakemono now.
There's me without animal ken. Then again, that might be the whole point. Well, either way.
It will... Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say Pink Fox well, common sense would probably say that, shouting at this point probably isn't going to be the best option. Ogawa-san, I'm here. That type of nonsense.
Okay. The beast will start to growl slightly as you get closer.
And Pink Fox is going to spend a point of Yang to activate the Yang mantle.
Okay.
And attune itself to the thing's aura. Nope. Tries it first time, nothing happens.
Okay, give me a quick sec here. As you activate the Yang mantle, its snarls will start to get a little bit louder, and it gets up from its crouched position and is definitely taking a more hostile stance towards you.
And then the second one, it's the charm.
Okay. And then what do you do?
Sit. Call for master.
Okay. Let me just... It'll still snarl at you, but it does not approach, and it does not sit.
Ogawa! And again, she'll call out to Ogawa.
Okay. Send you a common sense hint to you there in the chat. The thing is still growling. You don't get a response.
All right, I think maybe. What does common sense tell me some of the best courses of action would be?
Well, it is an evil, monstrous spirit creature, so it probably responds better to threats than politeness.
Okay. Would I be able to use Soul Bridge on it? I mean, technically we have attuned ourselves through the Yang mantle.
Okay, yeah, you can roll appearance empathy difficulty 7.
Okay, Dokes. 3 successes, unless those 5s also count. Oh, sorry, yeah, you said it was difficulty 7, but I think that 6 would count as
well. No, just the 2 successes then, 9 and 7. So you got 2 dice bonus, or you can try to read its thoughts, or
wait, appearance empathy,
manipulation empathy.
Oh, sorry, I've rolled too many dice. Then you just said appear. Yeah, I just figured. Okay, I'll just roll manipulation empathy again.
Okay, difficulty 7.
Okay. Okay. 2, 3 successes.
Okay. So you've got 3 bonus dice on a social roll, or you can read its surface thoughts, or you can try to transmit empathic urges.
Yeah, I think the whole empathic urges is probably going to be the best case in this, given what we already know about Bakemono.
Okay. So make a hun roll, difficulty 6. And what emotion or what empathic urge are you giving it?
Fear.
Okay.
Yes, I believe we'll burn a will for this one because we don't want to watch this. And a good thing that we did.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so you're trying to flood it with fear. It does not seem to be responding to your attempts. So you got 2 that'll use up one of your successes. So you'll either have 2 dice now on a social roll or 2 surface thoughts or combination of the 2.
We're going to have to do the social roll, I suppose.
Okay. Make a charisma and intimidation roll then with your 2 bonus dice, and difficulty will be 6.
3 successes.
Okay. It'll slowly kind of take a step to the side and sets its hind legs back down. It's still looking at you and it's still growling a little bit, but it has moved so that you're able to access the door.
Yeah. And Pink Fox is going to approach this door, though she's going to keep her right hand behind her back onto the insurance policy for this. So she'll open the door and go right in.
Okay. So this room, the first part is set up kind of like an office. You've got like computer desk. You've got an older type telephone on the desk, but you can also see there's a cell phone and a set of keys on the table as well next to the older phone. The other half of the room, though, is the same bland stonework that the hallway was. And you can see Ogawa. He's got a guy tied to a chair, and Ogawa is just standing, just wearing his suit pants. His dress shirt and suit jacket and tie are hanging on a hanger over by the desk. And Ogawa's been working this guy over. You can see he's probably got some fractured skull bones, bruising. Ogawa's hands and chest are spattered with blood from beating on this guy.
Yeah, and Pink Fox is probably going to think, yeah, interview, I get it now. And she'll probably at that point, release the grip on the insurance policy. And she'll descend straight into the puking rainbows and sunshine, as Ogawa absolutely loves,
Ogawa-san.
She waves, tries to get his attention.
He puts a dirty bag over the guy's head again, cinches it a little bit so that it's not going to fall off. Then he picks up, turns the chair upside down, and hooks the chair on some pegs on the wall. So the guy is still tied to the chair, hanging upside down with the bag on his head. And then he starts walking towards you, picks up a cloth and starts wiping his hands off. Fox, what can I do for you?
Well, sorry to interrupt you when you're busy, but well, some shit happened the other day, didn't it? And unfortunately, Kisaragi, the artist formerly known as Kisaragi, wasn't able to hear what we had to say about the broken mirror. But
what a cowardly way to avoid fate, eh? I know officially they say that it was just the appropriate time, but I call bullshit on that. Cowering away.
Is that why you left?
I needed to look into some personal matters.
It's okay.
What of the rest of the court?
Well, Gakusha is Gakusha. And Musashi just, I think he was angry that, they didn't speak to the rest of you guys before they made the decision. Mm. Do you really think that the Six Age is here? I mean, I know that, House Bishamon and, the Chinese courts are, rather traditionalist.
Well,
What does House Genji say about the whole thing?
that I have not heard back yet, but I did reach out. My assumption is, though, that being more pragmatic, if this really is the Sixth Age and it has come and gone without much fanfare, wasn't the war in the streets that we were expecting, then I guess it's business as usual for the house. Disappointing, but what matters now is exacting our control. Instead of just competing against each other, we're competing against whatever foul thing has declared themselves Demon Emperor.
Yeah.
And I guess we will see what that entails.
Well, there is some good news. Well, I suppose you could call it good news. At least from my Wu's perspective. We've learned quite a bit about broken mirrors, as I told you. And even though, it doesn't look like we can, get Kisaragi's help with this, the best thing we can do at the moment is damage control.
What is the point of damage control at this point? The war is already lost then.
I don't believe that.
You were young. We are all fools.
Well, maybe true. But, even, your dog outside would fight to the death even when faced with an enemy that they couldn't possibly hope to defeat. They'd rather go out swinging, I think. And I think you're the same.
Well, on the bright side, at least we're not going out.
Yeah.
We are still ruling. As they grow strength, they will send minions out. They will try to hammer us down. They will try to do what they can to rule over us. But we are the true devils, and we will be the ones to turn the tide back.
Yeah.
We're no longer worrying about the Sixth Age. Now is the plan for the Seventh. And I will survive to the Seventh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. To get back to what I was going to say, the Wu does have a plan, but it requires a little bit of your help.
I've already provided help.
No. It only takes a teensy little thing. You won't have to do anything other than just that teensy thing. And once it's done, we won't ask anything of you about this. At least I don't think we will, which most likely won't. We need to apprehend Koharu. Basically, it's like this. We think that Koharu, whether she purposely does this or not, creates those broken mirrors, at least temporarily, whenever she draws. I mean, whenever you look at her paintings, you see, well, your Poe says, "Ooh, that's weird," unless it's, Yoshi's, in which case it goes, "Ah, get that thing away from me."
She is immortal, and you're not sure that you're going to be able to apprehend her?
It's not so much a case of I'm not sure that I can apprehend her. It's more a case of what am I going to do with her when I actually do apprehend her? I can't keep her in my own little home because, it's kind of small and full of pink and, well, I've got some very nosy neighbors. And I don't have a dungeon or anything like that.
Hmm.
I mean, that she won't. I don't think she'll be with you for long, but it kind of all depends entirely on the other part of the plan, which is to basically convince Masaru that his obsession over Koharu will kill him, and it will lead him to. Have you ever read Moby Dick before?
Hmm. Yeah.
It's the one
I
about
think that's.
the one. Yeah, it's the one about the one-legged captain who goes after a white whale throughout the world.
Yeah, I think did that while I was learning English, though it's written differently than how it's spoken.
Yeah.
But it is an older text. I guess just like reading our older texts, things are not always the same.
Mm. I think we need to convince Masaru that he needs to forgive his sister and break away from his old life. Do the same. I'd say do kind of the same thing that Kisaragi did, but maybe a little bit less dramatically.
And you're still convinced that she was right in that this is what path he should follow? She who is abandoning the court at such a strenuous time, you're still going to live off of her advice?
I'm not saying that her decision was the right one. I don't know too much about, the politics of the Chinese courts or, anything about the houses, the clans of the sun. But I think in this instance, barring, perhaps teaching him my own path, I think that stepping away from that which caused him pain would allow him to move on. I mean, it's not likely he'll. I mean, considering everything that's happened, I don't think that we can really just simply wait for Koharu to die die a natural death, and whatever happens after that happens. I mean, he's been reading constantly about, our history and how the second breath works and everything. So, unless he's a complete idiot, which, according to what Gakusha said, is not true, I think he might understand. But in order to put this all into perspective, we need to find some positive. I need to find some positive things about his relationship with his sister. Because it's obvious, considering how they both hid in that same room as children, that they had a lot closer relationship than they had with their parents. But that's my woo's business to take care of.
So all you're wanting is to deliver her to me once you capture her?
Yeah.
I will take her from you.
Thank you, Ogawa-san.
Pink Fox will actually bow to Ogawa in response to that.
Oh, one other thing. When she is in your custody, don't allow her to draw anything, be it yourself, especially not yourself, and not any rooms or anything. Because, let me put it this way, when she drew a picture of, well, she only partially drew it, but she knew, whether purposely or not, what dharma I followed, and what color corresponds to me.
She seems very
I
gifted
don't-
for
I
a
don't-
mere mortal.
Yeah, it's kind of like this. She's a little bit more aware. I think it might be the room that did it. But either way, she might, well, I'll let you make your own decisions, but, word of advice, don't let her draw anything, I mean, I did suggest that maybe, you could probably break her hands, but, from at least from my perspective, that seems a bit needlessly cruel. But, breaking someone's hands is probably like, I don't know. What is breaking someone's hands like to you? Or to your dharma, I mean?
Breaking someone's hands is educational for both parties.
Okay. I never thought I'd ever get to see a place like this with you in it. Have you had it long?
Yes, I've had it for some time. I've had some business dealings that have not gone well. This gentleman is helping me try to discover what the problem is.
Oh, no. What's the problem? Unless you don't want to talk about it.
No, my friend here and I are having a very good discussion on the matter ourselves. I am sure he will help me come to the right information, or at least who would be a better one to ask. Won't you? You can kind of hear a bit of a muffled discussion. Of course, I'm not concerned with speaking freely in front of him, as his opinion is not something that I'm concerned with, or him breaking the silence.
Have you tried obligating him?
Some things are easier or more enlightening to get at the old-fashioned way. Obligation, evaluate, soul bridge, that's only useful to a certain extent. Eventually, you need to be able to grab onto something very strongly.
I think I understand.
Anyhow, I do need to get back to my guest here. And yes, I will have let Masami know to expect to be contacted by you, that you will have a delivery for her to bring home.
Okay. Thank you again.
And she gives another polite bow.
He'll
And then
nod slightly back, and then we'll just turn and walk back and start speed bagging the guy's head.
horrible man, horrible man. No, I don't think we're going to risk it. Pink Fox is just going to turn around again, hold on to the insurance policy. She opens up the door and will attempt to exit, keeping her eye on the Bakemono dog thingy. And she walks back up the...
It's still watching you. Still watching you cautiously, but it's not as aggressive towards people leaving the room as it is towards those approaching.
Yeah. she'll go upstairs through the whole thing. Not through the whole changing rooms, whatnot.
Yeah, one of the girls is like, if you are you working with us now?
It's kind of like this. You know, Ogawa-san downstairs? Yes, no,
Yeah.
maybe?
What about him downstairs?
He's kind of an old friend of mine.
Oh, okay. Are you a customer then?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Just if you are, then just wait. We can let you back that way. If you're not a customer, then you could just go out through the front back door. She gestures down the direction opposite the basement. That doorway just leads straight outside. But if you are a customer, then we can let you mingle in the back.
Well, can't say it's the first time I've ever gone through the back door.
Why the fuck not? 5, 8. Yeah, 8 dice to do a flirt roll or whatever.
All right.
Is this technically 2 or 3 successes? I'll let you decide.
That'll be 3 successes.
Okay.
Well, you did say you were a friend of his, and if you are a customer and a friend of his, then the girls will definitely do whatever it takes to make sure that you enjoy your stay.
Mm-hmm.
They do take cash, or they do also take credit cards, depending upon how much you have and what you would need.
Well, we do have that shady electric banknote, which Ogawa was such a lovely person to give. So why not? We may as well put some use to it.
There you go.
We knew that we'd do it sometime. We just didn't. We just kind of expected Chase to be along with us. So yeah, we're not going to say anything.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
All right. Well,
Wicked whisper.
We will leave Pink Fox then to enjoy Ogawa's inadvertent hospitality.
Yes.
That card has a daily limit that she can probably afford whatever she would like for distraction while she is here.
Mm-hmm.
And she has made arrangements for at least a place for Koharu to go. And now she just needs to get in touch with the Wu to make the plans to acquire her.
Yes. Actually, what's done here? This might be kind of an obvious. I might be just asking the most obvious question here, but I'm assuming that most of the girls here are going to be in the appearance range of like 3, 4, and maybe even 5.
It'd be about 3 or 4.
That's perfectly fine. Some of the more prettier, probably looking ones. She'll probably like try and ask them if they've ever done dancing or anything like that before, if they've ever considered it.
I see where your head's at. Already
Yes.
looking to staff up. If you're going to go that route, then let's make a manipulation streetwise roll. Difficulty 7.
Okay. Can I use Soul Bridge to enhance my chances?
Yeah, for certainty. Especially, if you're engaging in conversation with the ladies that are entertaining you.
3 successes. That's 3 extra dice.
4 successes with your Soul Bridge.
Oh.
Oh wait, No, you're right. It's difficulty 6 for Soul Bridge.
Yeah.
I was thinking of evaluate.
Okay, 3. You said it was manipulation streetwise.
Yeah.
Okey-dokes. If the 10 explodes, well, it's actually no, it's manipulation. So yeah, 2 successes.
Okay. You'll be able to get some of the girls. They won't be able to commit for full time, but they, they're trying to raise money for, family members. The ones that you are, at this location, they're trying to, support families and whatnot. So they'd be more than happy to get a little bit of extra work the nights that they are not working here, which therefore will give you a little bit more potential business on your end.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Good thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And
brains, see? Brains
there
are
you
rolling.
go. Planning ahead. And thank you, viewers, for watching this. We will see
How many people have been watching this?
what the future holds for Pink Fox and Fumitsugu Ogawa as they enter a new era.
Yes.
Sayonara.
Sayonara.